Greg, Tammy, how many times you go to your mailbox, you grab your mail, you go, oh, that's a bill, oh, that's another bill, oh, that's junk, and then you just throw it on the counter. Well, listen, if you're one of the 1 million citizen insurance policy holders, you're going to want to check that counter because 300,000 of you got a letter, and you better read it. As for the current department, the outside also has some needs.
We needed the lot to be fenced in, and that never really happened.
No, it didn't, because here I am standing in their parking lot. So what happens if the voters vote no? Well, the city manager tells me that in 2016, when it did pass for that $11.4 million, they'll have to go back to the drawing board, figure out how to make it work with that amount of funds. As for what residents here in Oviedo could see on their tax bills moving forward, anywhere from $117 to nearly $800 that first year, all of course dependent on the property taxable value of your home. Then it would see about a 5% decrease in the years moving forward. Reporting live in Oviedo, Wildman for Spectrum News. As you can see in the photo above me, when Cindy bought her home in 2019, the entranceway to her home was completely level. But now, the grading is off. After years of storms and hurricanes, the ground is shifted and nothing is level anymore. We're talking about lights tonight. As you can see, I'm on Seabreeze Boulevard, which normally has a lot of people on it. It's very well lit. That's because there's a lot of restaurants, there's a lot of bars, there's a lot of clubs, but it's the side streets. And let's show you the side streets, as you can see, are not well lit. And this is now what the city's looking into. Greg, Tammy, here's the bottom line. Yes, you're going to pay more. In fact, when people get their bill, the one thing they always go to with the eyesight, that bottom number, which is, of course, is the largest one that jumps out at you. However, what people and the city manager wants to reiterate is that when you get your bill here in the city of Leesburg, it has all the utilities listed on it: electric, sewage, stormwater, natural gas, solid waste, and of course, water. But here's the thing when it comes to electric. Even if you don't change your ways, you're still going to pay more. Jerry Corbett and little baby girl don't spend much of their day wasting energy.
Yeah, this is my day. I just sit here and, you know, people come by and they always talk to me, and, you know, I like talking to people. And I sit here with the dog and we just enjoy the world go by.
The retired vet says his electric bill has gone up substantially. Living on a fixed income, he's currently unable to come up with the needed funds to keep the lights on.
My power went out about 1:30 yesterday afternoon.
But he is getting some help.
So I've got these power cords running from my neighbor's house to my house. So I have refrigeration, I have a fan, and I've got my TV for football.
Leesburg City Manager Al Minner says electric costs have gone up because of gas prices, and that, yes, increases will be seen across the board.
Double whammy, because gas hit super high numbers and super high usage months of the summertime to where the utility just couldn't absorb that. We hit, Leesburg Electric hit about $12 million in the hole.
Minner and I went over Jerry's average usage and bills, even with using minimal power each month.
Miss Katie next door, I help her pay for food ash, and she cooks for me every day. Every day.
Jerry's bill saw a 49% increase, or about $37 based on usage. And that's less than what others will see.
The average bill for a Leesburg Electric customer is going to be $1,352 kilowatts a month. So they're going to see their bill jump from somewhere around $167 a month to $243 a month.
But what concerns folks like Jerry is there isn't much to cut back on, even if he wants to try and save money.
I have not changed my ways. I still run the three little things in this apartment,
which moving forward will cost more to keep on. And think about this, if you live in a two-story home here in Leesburg with a swimming pool, your house is about 2,000 to 2,500 square feet, your electric bill probably going to go up at least $100 a month. But there is some light at the end of the tunnel here, because Minner tells me that they expect by about April of next year, electric bills to go back down. Reporting live in Leesburg, Wildman for Spectrum News. Greg, Tammy, when you live on the water, it could be a dream come true, whether it's the ocean, a lake, or possibly even a creek like this one in Castleberry. The problem, though, is that dream can quickly become a nightmare when your property line starts to become the shoreline. Cindy Connors lives in many homes across Central Florida.
I got my suitcase and I always carry my backpack.
Reason being, she's a couch surfer, bouncing from one friend's house to the next.
It's not quite like having my own place anymore.
her place, she still has not been able to put back together following Hurricane Ian.
You can see how far this has dipped down so badly. This place was full.
Cindy says in 2019, when she bought what she thought would be her forever home inside the Summerlot Green community, it would soon have a seawall protecting her home. The project was announced shortly after Hurricane Irma. Kim Lake of Cobblestone Communities, which oversees the property, wrote me in an email stating the project was still in the bidding stage late in 2018. She also goes on to say, we awarded the project in 2019. Upon an initial glance, this seemed to be a fairly simple project. 4 years and several storms later, the seawall has still not been built.
Oh yeah, the seawall will be in. See, we got the flags up and everything. Oh, da 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 da. And it's like, well, where's the wall?
According to Castleberry officials, the first permit application for the seawall was not put in until 2020. The city then reviewed the plans for a variety of issues that were required to be addressed. The city also says an application was resubmitted in 2022, but little changed. But over time, Mother Nature has ran its course at Cindy's home. As you can see in the photo above me, when Cindy bought her home in 2019, the entranceway to her home was completely level. But now, the grading is off. After years of storms and hurricanes, the ground has shifted and nothing is level anymore.
But it is hard, and it's a daily thing. I just have to keep my head up.
And the inside of Cindy's home is just as bad as the outside.
It's like I can't walk through here safely. You know, I do have falling hazards. I would.
Cindy's insurance dropped her. She says she cannot get insurance and cannot get flood insurance because there's no seawall protecting her home.
I was told in January of 2019 work was going to begin on the wall. We never got any work.
Let's take a moment to talk about the seawall, because as you can see, there already is a portion of a seawall here. That's been here, but we're talking about the continuation of the seawall. The Florida Department of Environmental Protection tells me they did not get an application for this portion of the seawall till December of 2020. City of Castleberry says they received a resubmittal of the 2022 application just last month, and they also say the review of that application is going to be a lengthy process. As for Summerlot Greens, Kim Lake tells me the seawall will be put in very soon. Reporting live in Castleberry, Asher Wildman for Spectrum News. It's kind of like a day on I-4 when you are in traffic and your ETA gets longer and longer and longer. And quite frankly, here at the airport, they are just constantly trying to play catch up, all the airlines are, to get everything back on track following the delays.
Our morning was pretty hectic.
MCO was backed up worse than any interstate in Central Florida Wednesday for the morning commute. Adam Bashir and his 9 college friends trying to get back to school.
Literally nothing. We just sit here and make jokes, chat up, and just wait till our flight doesn't get delayed for the 4th time.
Can tell you all about it.
And then our connecting flight in Charlotte is also delayed, but now we're not sure if this flight will make it to Charlotte in time because of the delays.
And wouldn't you know it, in the few minutes of talking to the delayed passengers, it got delayed.
Delayed again?
Yeah, I got
No way.
Way. Adam's mom, who took the group to the airport, stuck around to make sure that the college-bound group got on a flight out of MCO.
I think she just wants to see us get out of here. I think she's sick of us, and she wants to make sure that we're finally gone for real this time.
Didn't matter if passengers were coming or going. The only place with constant movement was the flight schedule. Hey, excuse me, sir, I'm just curious. What are you looking for up on the flight schedule here?
So the top one, I slipped. It says, what time is he supposed to arrive?
12:36.
Oh, is it in red?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see that.
How delayed is that?
It was supposed to be 10:15.
At one point, MCO had over 120 delays. Adam and his friends, who mostly major in business and finance,
Here in the background, so the stocks are going today.
You can't lie, I risked it.
No, you did. You got that.
made the most of it. Classes for most of this group began today. They hope their teacher will accept boarding passes as an excused absence.
I'll just honestly just screenshot the email that American Airlines sent me and send it to them. Yeah, because they won't believe me any other way.
Perhaps they will. More than 4,000 flights across the country began Wednesday with a delay. It was not just departing flights from Orlando, it was also arriving flights into Orlando that were delayed. So as you can imagine, it was a very hectic day for travelers here in Central Florida. But is the FAA system out of date? Katie Strike continues our team coverage here on Spectrum News 13. And Katie, you spoke to an aeronautics expert about how and what caused all this chaos.